Hello, Johanna. Hello, Martin. This is Dimitris from Metal KAOZ, calling from the frozen Chicago. How are you?
Good.
Doing great. Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you have a new album out that is the debut from Napalm Records, correct?
True. Yes. Our first album with Napalm. We're really excited.
So did you have the album ready before signing with them?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't recall.
Me neither. I think, oh my gosh, how could we have forgotten something like that? Were we still working on the album, or do you remember?
Yeah, I remember talking to Napalm about it, and we were working on the album regardless. So because this album would have seen the day of light in whatever circumstance. So I think it was during the process, I think, that we signed. Yeah.
I think so too.
Ah, that's fine. So I was leading with that to see, does it make a difference for you guys if you have after you sign with a record label? Because the first album was crowdfunded, right?
Yes, correct.
So was there any different for you as you were preparing the new album?
The creative process, not at all. Mm-hmm. But we did regard the first album like kind of a tryout, and just we wanted to release this kind of music, but there were no concrete plans at the time to follow up or go live with the music, and so in EYE of MELIAN everything happens always very organically. Have to conclude. Yeah.
True.
That sounds great, to be honest. Are there plans to re-release Legends of Light, especially in vinyl? Because I think when you did the crowdfunding campaign, it was only for that.
That's a good question. I never thought about it. What about you, Johanna?
No, that didn't cross my mind, but that's an idea to consider for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't mean to Napalm Records to release something that is not special for the people who crowdfunded, so it can be something still special but a little bit different, right?
It's absolutely,
yes.
Absolutely, and I think it's sold out for a long time. So you're right.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah, thank you.
So what is? First of all, Martin said you said that the process was pretty much the same, right? For when comparing the first and this album, so you didn't make any changes as far as the songwriting process.
Well, I think we deepened the process, because indeed with the first album, you kind of, it's a process. There's no pressure there. There was nothing before that, so you just start. But with the second album, you kind of developed the way of working, and then you can deepen that. And I think that's what happened here. So that's actually a very a very nice how do you say result of that you can deepen the way of working. And I always say with the debut album, you don't have the pressure because there is nothing there, so you can take as long as you like. But with the second album, there might be pressure, but there's already a way of working, and you can explore and play around with that.
Yeah. True.
What about your vocals, Johanna? Did you try new things or expand it, or what? Because you sound like you have a diverse voice. Even though, my personal comment, you remind me a little bit of Candice Night from Blackmore's Night.
Thank you. I love her. Thank you. That's an honor.
What did you do in this album?
Well, I think for me, singing is something that comes so naturally. I don't really pay mind or make plans on how to sing certain things. They just come out the way I feel the music calls me to deliver a melody. But what I really love about singing EYE of MELIAN songs is that they challenge me as a singer into discovering and also deepening my relationship with my voice and what it can do. And I love that about this this music. And yeah, I feel like with the second album, it almost felt like coming back home, because we had built our home with the first album that felt like home, and now this was like coming back, and it felt like something familiar, but also because the songs were new, so I got to kind of it felt new and old, if you catch my meaning, you know, something exciting in the form of new music and new songs, but also something very familiar and organic, because that's the way we all work. And I think we listen to the music a lot and where it takes us, and just then comply. Yeah.
And how do you, both of you, work together? I mean, the orchestrations come first, or the vocal melodies, or it doesn't matter, whatever comes first comes first?
The how do you say, the instrumental part of the song come first.
Mm-hmm.
And often I also write then the melodies that automatically are also how do you say, caught up by Johanna with singing, and then she expands or writes something new. Or I always say it's so important that there's freedom in what we do, that every one of us feels free.
Mm-hmm.
But that only works if you understand the music. Because if you don't understand the music and you want to feel free, well, then you get very weird results. But it's really, I mean this from the bottom of my heart, that because it's not a given. It comes so easily and organically with us that if I hand the song to Johanna or to Miko, who expands on the orchestrations and writes orchestrations, every chain fits so ridiculously well that it's so easy. It's so easy. I don't say it's not hard work. It is hard work, but it comes easy, and it really feels like a Christmas present when the next chain comes back. Okay, this is what I did with the music.
So, Johanna, do you feel you have all the degrees of freedom you want as far as the vocal melodies? Pretend that Martin is not here.
Yes, I mean, and that is the reason why I'm able to be in this band, is the freedom. Because I mean, I come from a background of being a Finnish solo artist for a decade. In a big record label, that's how my career started, and I'm so grateful for that. But what that taught me was the fact that I need to have the say over what my voice does. There cannot be a third-party person telling me how or what to sing. That just does not resonate with my soul. I'm not that sort of a voice that is able to please other people first and then try to find my comfort zone in what I've just done for other people. It has to come from the authentic expression of my own soul. And I'm so grateful to Martijn for him trusting me so much and giving me the freedom and just, yeah, for me to feel like I have the freedom to feel at home and not feel restricted and like somebody's putting things in my mouth to sing. It's always like you described, a Christmas present that we get to open. And indeed, because there's so much freedom, what I do love to do is throw all my ideas at it and then just shove everything over to these guys and then say to them that you go ahead and pull out your rakes and scissors and just, yeah, use what you think works best. But yeah, for me, the fact that I'm able to record my own vocals and just express myself and the way I sing the song and the words, the way they come from my heart, that is something that is very, like Martijn said, each piece complements the other. It truly feels like a dream team.
So maybe,
and also really, it's a Christmas morning that when she comes back with the vocal recordings, we can unpack everything she does, and it's like really exciting. And then we often use almost everything she does. So yeah.
So maybe when I ask about the difference between the first and this album, is you guys know each other better in an artistic way. So you know how each other works and what are their capabilities, right? So you can expand on that.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's absolutely the case. And we know exactly what we got in each other, and we feel like we're a family. We also spend time just New Year, celebrating New Year, or so it's a family. And in music, it's the same, and it's just. Yeah, we sometimes pinch each other mentally, like is this real? And that's really how it feels. Yeah.
It is a rare thing to experience something like this. Sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead.
It's really a rare thing to be so like-minded, because I mean, you can have freedom with other people, but if you don't see eye to eye, like Martijn just described, us being so just feeling the music in such a similar way that what the other person does, and the fact that we all work separately in our own respective studios. I mean, Martijn and Robin are living in the Netherlands, and I live in Kite in Finland, and Mikko lives in Helsinki, and we all work separately, but yet are able to create something so cohesive and unified together. Despite that, is truly a rarity and a beautiful thing.
Honestly, seeing both your faces, I totally believe you, because you sound so comfortable and so happy about this music. And to me, it says a lot. It says a lot. At what point do you start writing lyrics and implementing the lyrics in the music and the vocal melodies?
Well, when the song is ready, right? I mean, that is something that we learned during this album recording, is the order of doing things. I think we became wiser about what is the most efficient way to approach that. Wouldn't you say, Martijn?
Yes. Yeah, because, as said, with a debut album, you can take however long you want to make it take. But with this album, you have a specific schedule you want to meet, and then you have to really think smart. Okay, how can we do this in such a way that we don't rush, that we enjoy the process, we get the result we wanted, we want to capture that magic, and that's something you really have to think about, and and you learn from that. So there are still some things that next time we would like to make again better. For example, the mixing process, that we are very happy with the mixing, but we would like to enjoy the process a bit more as well, and that everybody is present. And now, for example, Johanna had her tour with AURI, which is, of course, the best reason that you have to improvise on that. And again, the result would be as good as if we had more time, but it's also about enjoying the ride to the fullest extent. And I think that's something we learned as well. And there are things that we learned from the last time that really worked out in this process, I think.
Why I ask about the lyrics, because to my mind, I'm not a musician, right? Far from it. So you have someone who writes the orchestrations, the melodies, and they have a picture of, let's say, the forest of forgetting. And now you have the lyrics that start telling the story of that forest. So how do these visions combined when you are bringing the lyrics and the music together, and the vocal melodies for that matter?
Well, I think Martijn you have your own things that inspire you when you write the music, and I bet Mikko has his own things when he does orchestrations, and then when the songs come to me or Robin for lyrics, we have our own interpretation of the music and find inspiration in the music that calls for our attention and inspires the lyrics. So it's always a very personal journey, I would say, for each of us. That is, we would each give a different answer to what inspired the song, I would say, probably in our own way. But that's the beauty of it. And I think that's the way the song gets the most love out of all of us, because it is so true to who we are and how we approach the song. We approach it so honestly and with an open heart. And whatever it evokes in us, we try to give back to the song, and pour that in there. So it's always a different journey with each song or lyrics, For this album, I wrote lyrics for 3 songs, and each of them were different. For instance, Blackthorn Winter just arrived like this. It was an instant inspiration, and I instantly knew what the song was going to be about. And then, for instance, with Child of Twilight, I got the inspiration instantly, but then it felt like it took me forever to finish the song and find the missing pieces, and which eventually came. But it's always a different sort of journey with each song. Like some songs just arrive in your lap and you're like, oh, here you are, and this is what you are. I'm so happy to meet you. And some songs feel like they're more timid and they come and, peek at you from around the corner like, I'm here, but yeah, they need more coaxing to just shine and present themselves to you.
Yeah, like a cat that wants to come into the house, but then keeps standing in the doorway, so you cannot close the door.
That's it.
Some rush in.
Yeah.
Or maybe the door is open on the left and the cat still is on the other side trying to get in.
That can happen to those kind of songs.
Yeah. Oh, that describes it so well. True.
I like that you mentioned Blackthorn Winter because you filmed the video for that.
Mm-hmm.
Was it cold as it looked like? Because I was watching Martin playing the piano and his breath was like something is really cold there.
It was cold, but it was not -20 or something. It was in the UK, and it was in October, so it was like fresh autumn, like fall kind of vibe, and also in temperature. So I think it was about like 5 degrees Celsius, and which is about 45 Fahrenheit or something like that. So it was pretty cold, but not like really cold or something. But if you are shooting like the whole day, and this was in the middle of the night, so this was around 1 o'clock or something, it's pretty cold.
In that video, go ahead.
Sorry, I mean, I had to think of our wonderful actor and the lady that became the statue. I mean, I think she was who had to suffer most of the cold because she was painted all around with this,
right,
wet paint, and being wet in cold environment. I mean, she was such a trooper. Again, kudos to her for being such a professional, but our hearts broke for her watching her having to just, tough out the weather.
I was this close making the joke. She looked like Frozen, but then I thought, no, that's not it. That's kind of a harsh comment. The figure that we see in that video, does it have any connection with the figure we see in the cover artwork? Although in the cover artwork we see an elf, right?
Yes, it's an elf, which was actually quite a challenge to get in the artwork, to get it right, because you kind of you don't want the Roman or Greek vibe, you want the elvish Lothlorien vibe, so to say.
Right.
Because that's more fantasy, and we are about Tolkien and that kind of stuff. Of course, there's a connection between the statue in the video and in the and on the cover, absolutely. And it's kind of on the cover. We really wanted this melancholic feel of a statue that's overgrown by the forest, like being there, like there was something there long ago. Like you also see in Lord of the Rings, it really gives this melancholic feel.
So, first of all, who did the cover artwork?
That was Jan Earlund did that, and so he's a guy from Finland. I know for a very long time. I also worked with him on DELAIN artwork, and he lived in the Netherlands for a long time as well. And we always kept in touch, and he made the cover. Yeah.
So I wanted to ask. I kind of alluded in this question. Is it okay for me to enter the forest of forgetting or not?
I think it's a good thing. Yeah. I mean, you might interpret it however you would like, but for me, it's kind of forgetting about all the things that don't matter in the world and remembering what actually does. At least that's my interpretation, and I'm sure maybe Martijn and Robin and Miko have a different one, might have. But for me, I like to think that when you step into the forest of forgetting, you forget all that which stops you from truly living and enjoying life and discovering your essence again, the presence and the joy in it again.
Yeah, forgetting the little worries and find peace. That's actually what it's about. Do not, stop worrying about your daily worries for a moment. You can enter the forest of forgetting to find peace and get rejuvenated, and then find peace. That's kind of it.
Right, and I had an earlier question prepared, but now I think I have an answer, because I was about to ask, hey, Napalm Records has metal bands, right? And then you have EYE of MELIAN, it's symphonic. How those two combine? However, every metalhead has a soft spot for this type of music. And there is something more important. We like to get away from our daily lives, right? And music and the fantasy writing of Tolkien helps us to do that, escape in a fantasy world, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think we all resonate with that. Also, if you, for example, look at Nightwish, it's the same thing. It's there as well, and that's also why we signed with Napalm Records, because of course we are not metal. We don't make metal. Sometimes I think people expect, oh, but where are the guitars? Well, there are no guitars. But at the same time, indeed, there's also a lot of overlap in what people like, and we really deliberately thought about this, because we saw a lot of people. For example, if you go to a Comic-Con event, or a lot of people like the same stuff that we like, and they also often, not always, but often also like this kind of stuff. So for us, it was logical to sign with Napalm in that regard.
Absolutely. Is Nepenthe, can we consider Nepenthe the intro for Tears of the Dragon or not?
No, it's not the intro for Tears of the Dragon. It's kind of the outro of the album without the covers, and then as the cream on the pie, we have Tears of the Dragon. And that's also a little bit, we came with that because actually we signed with Napalm, and we wanted to bring homage to the metal world as well by covering a metal song.
Well, I was more romantic than you, Martin. And I was thinking about the lyrics and how they can connect to the Forest of Forgetting, but now you destroy that. Thank you. Jeez, man.
Well, you should cut this out then.
awesome.
Because, am I right, Johanna? Those lyrics are, sound very personal, like you go through something and release yourself. It's very, very special on that subject.
Yeah, and now that you mentioned it, it is true. It fits beautifully and perfectly the album and our theme, Forest of Forgetting. So I think I didn't even think to connect those two, but now that you mentioned it, it must have been at the back of our minds or in our subconscious somehow to select that song to be the cover that we did for this album, because indeed, thematically, it works like a charm, like you said.
Yes, it does. So you have a theater tour in Finland starting in March.
Yeah.
What does that entail? I mean, of course, you will guys be performing. Will you have any visuals for this experience?
Well, it's actually quite something to do a headline tour because we still consider us a starting group, a starting band. And normally, when you're a starting band, you start doing support tours and festivals, and we are starting with like kind of a headline theater tour. So there's quite a challenge. So we really want to make it special, and really also for us, how things look, the vibe is very important. So we are even working on perhaps adding video effects and projections, but let's see how things work out and what's possible as well in the venues, of course.
Yeah. Are you planning to film any portion of that for potentially a DVD release?
not for a DVD, but I think we should definitely film part of it, and yeah, have those souvenirs, and also share it on social media, and who knows? Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yes, you're right. Things have changed. What am I asking a DVD for these days? Performing wise, especially in a live setting, although Johanna, you are experienced singer, does it matter when you switch from Finnish to English, like in Blackthorn?
For me, it doesn't. I don't know if it does to the listener, but since they're both the languages of my heart and my expression, it flows very naturally to me.
Okay.
So I would answer no, but yeah.
Well, I was thinking the pronunciation is different, so therefore the vocal melodies will be differently adapted to the different languages. That's what I had in mind.
Yeah, I mean, with the first album, we did record the song Adrift in Eternity, both in English and in Finnish. In Finnish, it's Ainian, and we have played both songs live. But I don't know, for me, it's not so different, but I get your question, and I get where you're coming from, but I don't know, I just don't think about it so much anymore. But yeah, sorry, I don't have a better answer for this.
In other words, Johanna is a great singer, right?
Oh.
Well, I would like to add something to that, because I love it when Johanna also has Finnish elements in the music, because actually Tolkien got a lot of inspiration from the Finnish language,
right,
for his Elvish languages. Mm-hmm. So it has a perfect spot in Eye of Melian.
True, now that you mentioned it. Yeah, I think it fits like a glove again. Yeah.
And because we mentioned the tour, do you think there is any chance, first of all, expanding the tour outside Finland, and then, I don't know, crossing the Atlantic to the North US for select performances?
Actually, we would absolutely love that. And we already talked, even last year already, can we not do something like small in North America, and just go there with a couple shows? And so it's definitely on our mind, and we simply would love to journey the world with our music, and get it out there to people. That's what we love to do.
And hey, if you want to have other bands with you, you can have AURI and DELAIN, right? That will be easy.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Speaking of AURI, Johanna, is there any latest news from there?
Well, the latest news is that we're doing some festival shows in Finland this summer, but that's about it. And after that, I think we're gonna have a little hiatus again and concentrate on other things. But AURI will be activated again for this summer and festivals. Alas, only in Finland, but if you're able to fly over, please do come see us.
That's extremely tempting. I will not lie. Martin, what about DELAIN? First of all, man, it was so special seeing you live. It was the first show that you did after you had to go back home. And it was so special, man. I mean, it was almost moving to
Thank you so much.
So, yeah.
No, it was.
Metalheads never cry, right? No, we never cry.
I was so happy to be back, but I was also happy to go home because I went for my son. There was a reason I went home. Nothing bad was going on, but I had to go home for a couple of days. But I was also really happy to go to get back into the tour. And I simply love touring the States. It has something special to me. So it was wonderful to be back. And of course, Robin was there as well. Mm-hmm. And so I hope in the future we can do it again with Eye of Melian as well. And when it comes to DELAIN, your first question, I'm writing new music for DELAIN right now. Now Eye of Melian is done, and I hope we can release new music, hopefully already later this year. Yeah.
Amazing. Anything else you guys want to add? I forgot to ask.
I loved all your questions, and I think we covered a lot. Yeah, the new album comes out on February 20th, and that's it, really. I hope you guys enjoy it, and yeah.
Yeah, same here. And yeah, and for people that watch this interview, thank you so much for your interest in checking this out, and also for you for this interview, of course. So it's,
absolutely. And I will hold you for seeing Eye of Melian here in Chicago. Just make a note, Chicago. Okay.
I would love to. Awesome.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, and have safe traveling, safe touring, and stay healthy.
You
thank
too.
you
All
so
the best.
much. You too.
Hope
Bye-bye.
to talk to you soon. Bye.
Take care. Bye.